I'm going to adjust the amount of energy being supplied to the bean so that I can caramelize the sugars that I've developed inside this bean to a really smooth, almost bittersweet, dark chocolate. And that's going to complement the other components that are in the blend that are bringing more of a smoky pipe tobacco. There's a nice milk chocolate component to this roast, and it's all kind of presented with a limey acidity. So when you enjoy this espresso, it's going to hit you up front with a really crisp acidity. Then it's going to round out this full body, and then it's going to linger with its aftertaste and its finish, making you want to repeat the feedback loop and hit the acidity again. That's what this is designed for. Now this coffee blend is composed of various moisture contents and density values. And it is to get a flavor that is greater than the sum of its parts. If you were to extract each one of these components separately and then blend them, you would not get the same flavors that you get by blending them together. But let's face it, most coffee consumers want a coffee-flavored beverage that is mostly milk, and this blend right here will stand up and say, "Hi, I'm coffee," and all this sugar and milk. And I appreciate that. So as we're getting into the yellowing phase, I've told the profile system to increase the airflow because I don't want any of those taints from the smoke that's starting to be produced off of it. And it has slowed down the amount of flame being added to this roast to keep a certain level of progression. I was a barista when they really started the direct trade project, and it was an outcome of Jeff Taylor being a part of the Cup of Excellence auctions in the very beginning of those competitions. And so he was wise to start to get deals with some of these people in those Cup of Excellence, early beginning Cup of Excellence competitions. And that has solidified us with some amazing relationships. Now, out of those original relationships, we maybe have 3 that we're still bringing coffee from. We have continued as a company to look into emerging producers and people that have an eye for quality like we do and are willing to try to do things that are outside of the tradition of their country a lot of times. I can remember when you would tell somebody from Panama that you would like to try their coffee natural and they would look at you crazy. And now you can see a lot of naturals coming out of Panama, even geishas that are naturally processed. I've seen innovation. Okay, the barista competition. I saw the first people enter the barista competition. And holy shit, their signature drink was a mocha. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that straight up. This is my signature drink. It's called a mocha. Check it out. It's got chocolate, coffee, and milk. It's amazing. Okay, we've gotten to a whole other level with that. Roasting. When I started out here, was the first years of the Roasters Guild and people trying to communicate and develop some kind of an industry standard for roasting. We as PTs have got some big plans in the future to try to expand and move out into other markets. But I think coming from this market and being 22 years deep in the game is something that's pretty exceptional.
Yeah.
That we haven't been merged, bought out, broke up, sold out. It's pretty awesome. What's the most fascinating thing about PTs that I think people from outside of our region would understand? That we're doing big things from a small town. The people that I consider our competitors are from places who have millions of people outside their back door. Not so much here. This town has maybe 120,000 within our county. That's pretty impressive to me, to make a statement in an industry as big as ours from a really small town. I like to think of it as a hill of beans and a field of dreams.